Hi, welcome to this video. In this video, you will learn how to add parameters to a function definition and how you can return value from a function. You can add parameters to a function definition. To give you an example of a function accepting parameters, I will declare a function. I will give it a name function with parameters. Now I will add some parameters to this function. You add parameters inside these parentheses like p1, p2. A function can take multiple parameters separated by a comma, and then you pass some values as an argument to these parameters. Now I will write the invoke statement for this function. I will add two values 10 and 20. 10 and 20 are the real values received by this function. P1 will accept the value 10 and P2 will accept the value 20. And these values will be passed as an argument when this function will be invoked. The P1 and P2 parameter values can be captured inside this function, and you can perform any manipulation on these parameters. For example, I will declare a variable z and I will perform the multiplication of p1 with p2. I will simply display the result of variable z. I will use the document.write method and I will say p1 multiplied by p2 equal to and plus then the variable z and then a line break. I will save this script and I will show you the result inside the browser. I will open the index.html file. So you can see this is the product of p1 and p2 parameter. So by this way you add parameters to the functions and you pass values as an argument to these parameters when a function is invoked. In this case, I am passing values as an argument to these parameters. You can also pass a function as an argument to a parameter. Let me give you an example of a function passing as an argument. I will declare two functions. The first function will accept a function as a value. I will give it a name parameter as a function and I will add a func parameter. This func parameter will accept a function as a value. And then I will write the invoke statement for parameter as a function, parameter as a function, and then the invoke operator. And now I will declare a second function. I will give it a name hello world. And inside this hello world, I will simply alert a message. And I will say function passed as an argument. Now, if you want to pass this function as an argument to this parameter, you simply add the name of this hello world function inside these parentheses. And now this function will be passed as an argument to the func parameter, and inside this main function you can use the parameter func and then the invoke operator. This will call the hello world function for you. I will save this script and I will show you the result inside the browser. I will refresh the page. So now you can see hello world function passed as an argument. So by this way you pass a function as an argument to a parameter and then you use the parameter name to invoke the function. A JavaScript function can have an optional return statement. If you want a function to return some value, you use return keyword. Let me give you an example of a function returning some value. I will declare a function. I will give it a name return sum. I will add two parameters x and y, and inside this function I will declare a variable z and I will assign it a value of x plus y. Now if you want this function to return the value of z, you use return keyword and then the variable z. I will invoke this return sum function. I will add two values 10 and 20. These two values will be passed as an argument to x and y, and then the arithmetic addition operation will be performed and the result will be assigned to variable z, and then this return statement will return the value of z. I also need to store the returned value, and for that I will declare a variable result. So when this function return the value of z, it will be stored in variable result. Now I will simply display the resultant value. I will use document.write method. I will say return value. I will use concatenation operator and then the result variable. I will save this script and I will refresh the page. So you can see this is the return value, which is the addition of x plus y. So by this way you use return statement to return some value from a function. You can also use function as a values. Instead of writing these two lines, you can combine these two lines in a single line. Let me show you how you can use it. I'll copy this line, I'll paste it here, and I will say function as values. Now I will copy this return sum invoke statement and I will paste it here, and I will comment out these two lines. So by this way you can use the functions as values. I will save this script and you will see the same result. Refresh. So you can see the same result. So by this way you use functions as a values.